Put that coffee down.
I'm not here to waste your time, okay? I certainly hope you're not here to waste mine. So I'm gonna keep this short.
Helen, we're both in sales. Let me tell you why I suck as a salesman.
Most valuable commodity I know of is information. Wouldn't you agree?
Coffee's for closers only.
Hey there, friend. Welcome back to the Behind Your Back podcast with me, Bradley Hartman. The show we talk about leadership, personal productivity, time management, and the craft of selling in the construction industry. And specifically today, an activity that is so ideally suited for all the craziness that we have going on throughout the country and our industry in terms of pricing and supply chain issues and the pandemic. It's the greatest time ever to prospect. That's right. If you've listened to one of our recent episodes, I made the argument that despite all these challenges and all this craziness, there's never been a better time to prospect. Why? Because everyone in the market is looking for a second opinion on our prices, our products, our processes, everything. People are open to a second opinion, and you can offer that. And I firmly believe, and especially with the clients that we are working with, by taking this mindset now and being active and pushing through some of this resistance to continue to have conversations to help people do what they need to do to help them achieve their dreams, despite all this uncertainty, this will, without a doubt, enable your success in years to come. Because when things hit the fan in a relationship business, everyone talks about this as a relationship business. All right, well, now's the time we're going to see just how much those relationships are worth. Because when there's allocation, well, we've been friends. I've wanted loyalty. What about now? That will be tested now. And the way we handle these conversations and the way that we tell our story and are thoughtful about how we're going to help everyone in the market who we can, whether that's deliberately and intentionally selling them things that they need to build homes, or if it's giving them advice and insights and ideas to help them in the short term, even though, maybe you don't have enough EWP on the ground right now, and you're on allocation with OSB and you can't sell it to everyone. You are going to have some hard conversations. But if you are authentic and you are thoughtful, you can lay the groundwork now to explode your business in years to come. Everybody wants to have conversations with smart people who are going to offer ideas to help them make, find, and save money. So for a relationship business like ours, right now, this is the time to prospect, to talk to more people, expand your network, and those that do will reap large rewards in the short and most certainly in the longer term. So before I get off rambling here, let's thank our sponsors, Boise Cascade Engineered Wood Products. They help you move faster and build stronger. They make it easier to get more done. And our friends over at Materials Exchange, they are all over the place. They're on podcasts. I saw them on video. They're everywhere. They are gaining momentum. If you are not familiar with Materials Exchange, they are the LBM Industries' answer to E-Trade. It is your digital marketplace for lumber and panels. So in May of this year, I am thrilled to launch a brand new book on prospecting. And it's the first book in our professional sales field manual series. And this series is really based on the military field manuals. I've talked a little bit about them in the past. If you follow us on Instagram, Behind Your Back CEO, you've seen some pictures. I've been really fascinated with and have been collecting over the last several years these military field manuals that take these big topics. One I have is I've read it multiple times, is on the soldier's life and how they set expectations and help prepare soldiers to succeed in training and ultimately on the battlefield. Now, some are short, some are a little bit longer, but they're on one specific topic. And I really like that idea. And in my day-to-day working with clients across the country, we often talk to salespeople that admittedly aren't readers. They know they should. They just struggle to sit down and crack open a book on sales to help themselves improve. And I get it. Not everyone is wired the same way. And the reality is, if you want to go with a publisher to promote a book, to get paid for it and to sell it to the public, normally you're going to need that to be around 50,000 words. It's about 250 pages. If not, well, that kind of fits outside of the normal realm of what they do, and they get a little bit squeamish, so they don't. Well, we wanted to write something to fill the void. We wanted to write a book that would not only be accessible and helpful for folks that do read lots of books, but specifically for the folks that don't read. Now, that means I had to write on paper that I'm planning to write a book to reach folks in our industry who don't read. That could prove to be an idiotic idea. Time will tell. Nonetheless, I'm willing to challenge this, and I'm trying to prove if it's 80 pages, it's short, it's direct, it's entertaining. We include lots of images in there. We have links to go to our website, behindyourbacksales.com/tools, to download free content to convert ideas into action. I believe this will be successful. Obviously, I wouldn't have done it. And the folks that I've already handed out some of our galley copies to, we've gotten good feedback on. So I'm thrilled about this project. And for many of you listeners who have helped me think through these ideas in independent conversations, or more specifically, helped me edit this, thank you very much. We're thrilled to get this out. So what I'd like to do today, and again, building on this idea of now being an incredible time to prospect, to expand your network of people that you can talk to, even if it means you cannot supply the material now. It's about relationships, right? We're in a relationship business. Now is the time. Everybody's looking for experts with ideas and insights who can help them make, find, and save money. If that is you, then answer the call, step up, do more outreach. Don't be afraid of the fact that just because you have limited product in your yard right now, that you can't make a phone call. You can help people in other ways. And our industry has shown this time and time again. There's been allocation in the past, and people get creative. They find ways to take market share, and I realize that we're going to be in probably some tough times for the next 90, 120 days, but this will turn. People will come up with creative ideas to solve problems, and we will continue to build America. So don't hunker down. Don't try to grind it out. Don't try to just to survive until October when things will be better. Screw that. We've had enough of that. We've been doing that for the last year. Let's go on offense now. Let's start prospecting. So how do we do that? Well, this episode is all about the prospecting mindset. And I've thought a lot about this for me personally. I've had to learn how to be a salesperson myself over the last decade as I've launched and grown my own business. And the mindset, if you get the mindset right, everything gets easier. So I'm going to share part of chapter 2 of the new book, the Professional Sales Field Manual series. First book out is on prospecting. So this is chapter 2. It's on the mindset and the 7 pillars of prospecting. So we're going to jump right in here to chapter 2. Each chapter is short. It's about 15 pages or less. And then I broke down each one of these chapters into smaller segments. So chapter 2, 2.1, 2.2. And each one of these is like a page, or in some cases, just a few paragraphs. We're making a point. I'm going to make it direct. I want to make it clear. Hopefully it resonates with you, and we're moving on. Could I expand this into 100,000 words or 50,000 words? Absolutely, all day. That's my problem. I need to edit this thing down, and that's what we tried to do. So we're going to jump right in. So this is chapter 2 in prospecting 2.1, the 2 states of a sales pro. There are 2 states of being for a sales professional. A, prospecting, and B, prospecting avoidance. There is no C. C means you're not even in a sales role. It may be account management, it may be customer service, but it's not sales. Now, both account management and customer service, they're both important, obviously, but they should not be confused with sales. Now, your understanding and unflagging belief in that truth, that the 2 states of being in sales are prospecting and prospecting avoidance, is a requirement for sales success. Because without belief, your behavior will inevitably return to safer, non-sales activities, like those of an account manager or a customer service rep. 2.2, selling on price requires no skill. Now, as a thought experiment, suppose you sell to, roofing materials, synthetic underlayment, shingles, vents, flashing, 5-gallon pails of bonding adhesive, and ethylene propylene diene monomer, aka EPDM. You get the idea. If your goal is to be the Walmart of roofing material suppliers, then low price will be your differentiator. Why choose us? We are the lowest price, always. Yeah, sure, that works for Walmart. Now here's a relevant question. How many Walmart sales reps do you know? Right. If your roofing supply company chooses to sell on price and price alone, they don't need you. So embrace the mindset that you don't need to be the low price leader. Now, in my book, Behind Your Back, What Purchasing Managers Say Once You Leave the Room and How to Get Them to Say Yes, I address the price issue in the book's first pages. Now, you might be wondering this here. So in my new book, I'm referencing something I wrote in my old book. Is that tacky? Well, you can decide, but hey, I'm selling too. And I thought this was very relevant. So if you don't have Behind Your Back, you can buy that on Amazon. Anywho, nowhere in the following pages will you find any mandate about needing to have the lowest price. And if you do have the lowest price, hey, that'll surely be helpful, but it's not necessary. Now, I was writing from a purchasing manager mindset that I held for several years as I was buying material and labor from Cleveland to Denver and the 7 markets in there for Pulte Homes. So I was writing with quite some conviction. Good purchasing managers know the real price to be paid when the wrong subcontractor or supplier is chosen. They understand the quote-unquote total cost of ownership, frustration, change orders, backordered material, angry superintendents, endless conference calls. In short, a ton of rework. Purchasing managers want to avoid this. The need for competitive pricing is a given. You at least need to be in the ballpark. But having the lowest price is not a requirement. It's merely one element in the overall buying decision. So you do not need the lowest prices in order to sell. I'm going to repeat that. You don't need the lowest prices in order to sell. Even if your products are commodities, how you buy them and how you store them and how you ship them to customers, how you get the necessary products to and through your customers is unique. And more importantly, you are unique. Your skills and experiences and insights are unique and valuable and needed. You must believe that to be true. And the best part, it is. It is true. 2.3, 2 prospecting principles. In the previous pages of this book, you already read these 2 principles. The first principle defined what prospecting is. Prospecting is any legitimate attempt to start a business conversation to help someone eliminate their needs, fears, and pain, or take advantage of opportunities for growth that could result in a verbal no. That's right. To earn a yes, you are going to have to risk hearing a no. We got to embrace that in prospecting. Now, the second principle detailed why prospecting is so important. The sales activity of prospecting is the one thing that when done daily with intentionality will guarantee your success, provided that you never, ever stop. If you stop prospecting, your failure is all but guaranteed. So these are the 2 principles. These are at the core of your sales mindset. Now, the 7 pillars of prospecting that follow are built on the foundation established by these first 2 principles. So here they are, these 7 pillars of a prospecting mindset. I'll run through them quickly. A couple of them you might recognize already if you're a longtime listener. Number 1, you are owed nothing, for sure. Number 2, people need you. Number 3, prospecting is helping people. Number 4, inputs over outcomes. Number 5, I am not for everyone. Number 6, fun ain't free. And number 7, you have enough. So we're going to run through these quickly. And on this page, as I look at it, I didn't quite realize it, but 80% of the page is taken up by 2 graphics. So we included pictures. Hey, I like pictures in books. I'm assuming you do too. So we got lots of pictures throughout. Keep this thing moving. So 2.4, the first pillar of prospecting. The first pillar of a prospecting mindset is simply this. You are owed nothing. No one owes you anything. Your boss doesn't owe you any good leads. Your prospect doesn't owe you a return phone call. You are owed nothing. Deliver value first. Is that surprising at all? No. For about 180 plus episodes, we've closed out this podcast with that exact line. It is hanging on my wall right now. It's embroidered on actually the hat I'm wearing right now. It's our mantra. We try to live by it. You are owed nothing. Deliver value first. All right. 2.5, the second pillar of prospecting. The second pillar of prospecting is this. People need you. Hundreds of people, maybe thousands, are out there right now with very real needs, fears, pain, and opportunities for growth. Now, these are the aforementioned NFPOs, needs, fears, pain, opportunities for growth. Your immense potential value then is based on your ability to start a conversation and help them achieve their desired outcomes. Now, how much these individuals desire that outcome, you can imagine someone saying, every hour my roofing materials show up late or incorrect, it costs me whatever, $100, $1,000, $10,000, whatever. And this is directly proportional to your value. Now, prospects, they may be well aware of their NFPOs, maybe not. You may have to enlighten them to the fact that they have become accustomed to living with unnecessary pain. But regardless of the awareness of your prospects' NFPOs, your customers cannot do what you do. They need you. You are the solution. 2.6, the third pillar of prospecting. The third pillar states this: prospecting is the effort to help people. You don't pitch products, you don't sling stuff. You try to help people. Now, if you're at the park and someone falls down while rollerblading, what do? Now, if you're thinking right now the answer is laugh, you failed this portion of the humanity test. No, somebody falls down, what do? You offer to help them up, right? You try to help. Now, if they wave off your helping hand and say, no, that's okay, I've got it, do you feel rejected? No. Why would you? You offered to help and they said no. Life goes on. That's just selling, minus the elbow pads. Now, prospecting is the effort to help people, and maintaining a helpful attitude is a skill. Now, after working with thousands of sales reps from both sides of the desk, I can assure you a helping attitude is not only a skill, it's a scarce one at that because it requires thinking. Now let's take a quick break to hear from one of our sponsors. You know that old cliche about delivering value in the form of outcomes? It's about drills, right? Why do people actually buy a drill? What do they really want? What's the outcome they're looking for? A hole, right? Well, at Boise Cascade, it's exactly what they deliver. Value and, a ton of holes. Last year, Sawtech Smart Saw Systems cut more than 1 million HVAC, electrical, and plumbing holes. That number represents thousands of hours in labor savings, reduced waste, and safer job sites. Now, as a former area purchasing manager who negotiated with framers, constantly trying to figure out ways that we could collaborate and build faster, better, smarter, and more economically, this is true innovation here. So contact your local Boise Cascade dealer today and see how you can frame faster with Sawtech. Faster, stronger, easier. It's not just what Boise Cascade does, it's who they are. 2.7, the fourth pillar of prospecting. The fourth pillar of prospecting mindset states this: you got to focus on inputs, not outcomes. You control your effort, your energy, your focus, and your attitude. That's it. You do not control the outcomes. So don't get all worked up over them. You can't waste precious energy and attention or emotional responses to things you do not control. Control what you can control. Now, this is a mantra for me personally, as well as on the podcast, as we've been getting through the pandemic. So if you've heard this before, well, it's a good lesson forever. Control what you can control. You control your inputs. The daily calls and meetings and the thoughtful preparation we'll discuss soon to deliver value first. You do not control the outcomes. So put in the effort every day and let the law of averages and the law of large numbers work in your favor. Make call after call, prepared to interrupt with value, immense value. That's the input. But do not become discouraged when you leave voicemail after voicemail after voicemail. You cannot control whether or not your prospect picks up the phone. So focus on your inputs, not the outcomes. 2.8, the fifth pillar of prospecting. The fifth pillar quotes my favorite book title of all time. I am not for everyone, neither are you. Not everyone's gonna like you. Now, you may be listening to this right now and think, you know what? I don't really like this Hartman guy. All his acronyms and his pretentious little words, and I'm only listening to this thing, 20 minutes? I don't like this guy. I know. That's entirely possible. Now, I sincerely hope you don't feel that way, but I don't control that. That's up to you. I'm not for everyone, neither are you. Now, you and I may not be a fit right now, but maybe in the future. Now, this change of heart, it happens all the time. Just look at A-Rod and Mike Tyson. One couldn't stop injecting steroids and lying about it. The other guy couldn't stop biting ears in the ring on live television. And now, well, things have changed. America loves these two guys. The one constant in life is change. So your goal is to constantly search for fit. You are searching for a potential fit between you and your prospect. But I am not for everyone, and neither are you. 2.9, the sixth pillar of prospecting. Fun ain't free, and it never goes on sale. Being fun to be around is both an attitude and a skill. Being fun to be around is undoubtedly a differentiator. Now, given all the hours you spend working, wouldn't you choose to spend most of that time with people you actually enjoy being around? Of course, your prospects make that choice too. So ask yourself every day, what would this look like if it was fun? And more importantly, how can I make this fun for them? Now, don't get me wrong here. Fun can't be the only thing you deliver. You can't be lugging around a margarita machine and an Xbox or whatever you're into. That's not enough. You need to be thoughtful and helpful, and you gotta believe that you are owed nothing, of course. Now, there's a brilliant scene in the classic sales film, Tommy Boy. Now, Tommy Boy features Saturday Night Live legend Chris Farley and solid, but not legendary, David Spade. The 1995 comedy details how Tommy Callahan, the charismatic and underachieving son of an auto parts tycoon, is forced to team up with a sarcastic accountant in order to save the family business after Tommy's father dies unexpectedly. So at this point, I should mention, if you have not listened to episode 173, my friend and sales leader Matt Potter and I break down the 5 most important scenes from Tommy Boy. This will surprise no one who knows me or maybe our audience. This is our highest performing episode in the last 6 months. So if you haven't listened to it, you should do it. It's a little bit longer. It's over an hour. And I know I'm biased, but it's pretty great. And a lot of people have gotten a lot of laughs from it and they've learned from it. So if you haven't listened to that, go back to episode 173 with my friend Matt Potter. So this scene takes place when Tommy, played by Chris Farley, and Richard Hayden, David Spade, have been on the road for a week without any sales success. Now, following a fight on the shoulder of a highway involving a 2x4, Tommy and Richard visit a restaurant. So Tommy requests chicken wings. The smug waitress informs him the kitchen is closed. But Tommy draws her in, explaining why he sucks at sales. And actually, if you've heard the intro to this podcast, it is included in there. Helen, let me tell you. Anyway, upon finishing his monologue, she informs him that he is, quote unquote, sick, but offers to turn on the fryers and drop in some wings.
Why can't you sell like that?
I was just having fun. If we didn't get the wings, so what? We still got that Meat Lovers pizza in the trunk.
Hey, you got the wings because you were relaxed, so you had confidence. And that's what it takes to sell. Confidence. Your dad had that. Why do you always have to deep turd these things?
My dad was smart. I'm not.
Very true. But there's 2 types of smarts. Book smarts, which waved bye-bye to you long ago, and there's street smart, the ability to read people. And you know how to do that, just like your dad. He was the best at knowing what people wanted to hear and what people needed to hear. That's what selling is all about. In a way, these people are buying you, not just brake pads.
When Tommy was relaxed and having fun, he was far more effective. Having fun, it turns out, eliminates fear. And of course, desperation is never attractive. So fun ain't free, and it never goes on sale. 2.10, the 7th pillar of prospecting. The 7th and final pillar of prospecting states this: you have enough to succeed right now. You're never going to be 100% prepared. You'll never know everything. You'll never eliminate all doubt. So what? Make the call anyway. Striving for 100% preparedness is called something. It's procrastination. If you prepare enough, that is, if you follow the advice in this book and prospect with thoughtfulness and helpfulness and a commitment to make this thing called work fun, know this: you have enough to succeed right now. You don't get paid for what you know, you get paid for what you do. So go do it. So that's it. Those are the 7 pillars of a prospecting mindset. Number 1, you're owed nothing. Number 2, people need you. Number 3, prospecting is helping people. Number 4, inputs over outcomes. Number 5, I'm not for everyone. Number 6, fun ain't free. And number 7, you have enough. So we'll close out here with 2.11 in the chapter, the lion or the sheep. So there they are, the 7 pillars of a prospecting mindset. Now, your belief in them is mandatory to drive the behavior required to dominate. But there's one more overarching mindset that is critical to your success, and it requires a daily choice: lion or sheep. Lion or sheep, who do you want to be? Now, there's no wrong answer here. Both the lion and the sheep add value, but they do so in very different ways. Sheep provide meat, milk, and wool. Yeah, those are valuable things, right? Now, much like account managers and customer service reps, sheep are essential components of the value chain. And like account managers and customer service reps, sheep are abundant. There are over 1 billion sheep on the planet. Yeah, 1 billion. Now, true sales professionals like yourself, on the other hand, they're scarce. It requires a different mindset. You eat what you kill. You fail in the hunt and you go hungry. Professional salespeople who embrace the prospecting mindset are, like lions, rare. There are less than 25,000 lions on Earth. For every 1 lion, there are 40,000 sheep. Now that math holds up well in my book, quite literally, I suppose, comparing sales professionals to account managers and customer service reps. Now, I want to point out here, don't take this too literally, all right? Account managers, customer service reps, your operational people, these are absolutely critical. But in terms of this eat what you kill mindset, this lion or sheep mentality, it holds up pretty well. So the question for you is, what will it be? Lion or sheep? The answer I hope you choose every single day is found in Og Mandino's not so subtly titled The Greatest Salesman in the World. He writes, I was not delivered unto this world in defeat, nor does failure course in my veins. I am not a sheep waiting to be prodded by my shepherd. I am a lion, and I refuse to talk, to walk, to sleep with the sheep. I will hear not those who weep and complain, for their disease is contagious. Let them join the sheep. The slaughterhouse of failure is not my destiny. So this is your prospecting mindset. Own it. Be great. Go out there and be fearless. Be relentless. You are here to help the industry move forward. They need you to do that. So before I move on and close out like we always do with prospecting pillar number 1, it turns out, I want to thank Boise Cascade. They help you move faster and get more done. Boise Cascade, faster, stronger, easier at Boise Cascade. It's not just what they do, it's who they are. And our friends at Materials Exchange, they're the LBM Industries answer to E-Trade. Materials Exchange is your digital marketplace for lumber and panels. If you have not checked out their platform, you need to do that today. If you do, when you do, input the promo code Bradley, B-R-A-D-L-E-Y, to get your first trade free. Believe me now, thank me later. Do this, make it happen. So that's all we got, my friends. I know you've got a lot of different places where you could put your own time, your own attention. I truly appreciate you making time to listen to this. More to come on the book coming out in May. For now, I hope this has helped you. Please share with your friends if you think it would help them dominate today in this tough time that we're going through. People are looking for answers. They're looking for ideas from experts like yourself. Prospect more. That's all we got. You, my friend, you're owed nothing. Deliver value first.